Doctor?
Fantastic. 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 Fantastic.
Yo, what up, what up, what up? Y'all know the deal, man. Like and share, like and share, like and share, so we can get this thing out everywhere. There's anywhere in the world it could be, but you chose to be right here with me, to be a BGOG. And I appreciate you for pulling up on me, man. What's going on, man? Shout out to everybody in the building. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, man? Friday, the weekend is here, man. Do y'all still count? Y'all count Friday as the weekend? That's weird, you know what I'm saying? Right? I think some people count it as a weekend, some people don't. But hey, it is what it is. Shout out to everybody in the building, man. What's going on with y'all, bro? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's happening? For sure. But y'all see it, man. Let's get into it. One of the things that people swear, and it's this one stupid dumb bitch that was on a good brothers a very, very good brothers platform that was saying this shit about, oh, the welfare didn't make the fathers leave the home, and that's a myth, and black men just left, and all this other shit. And I'm like, bro, what are we talking about here? This is well documented, and this right here is one of the biggest issues and problems as to how and why. As adults, man, okay, or anything that's problematic, you cannot fix the problem till you motherfucking assess and then accept that there is a problem. I'm gonna say this again. You cannot fix a problem until you assess and accept, okay, that there is a problem. Okay? Case in point, yesterday, right? Went down there to see my daughter. So I rented a fucking car, you know what I'm saying? Because it was gonna be further and it'll be cheaper for me to just fucking rent a Tesla, right? Go down there and back or whatever, so on and so forth. Then to drive my car down there, gas there, gas back, and whatever. So I just said, fuck it. I just get the fucking Tesla, run down there, and come right back up. Hey, save myself probably shit. A full tank of gas for me is like $70. So save me, I would say $100 because it's gonna probably be like a there and back. It would have been definitely a full tank. probably halfway through. So yeah, another, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying, right? But either way, on the way back, the damn like the dust cover that's under the car, right? You know what I'm saying? The cover you got under the little plastic piece. Somehow that shit became like dislodged, and there was like this loud that's and I'm like, what the fuck is this sound? At first, you know, you hear some shit and you like, nah, it's just the road, right? But it progressively got worse and worse and worse and worse and worse to the point of where, you know what I'm saying, I'm trying to figure the shit out and see what it is. Then I see they gave me a fucked up car that somebody had done rammed the damn tire into the curb and like, you know, fucked the rim up pretty bad in the hubcap. So I'm thinking it's the hubcap flapping, the wind catching the hubcap. I pull the hubcap off, get back on the road, start driving. Same thing. So what the fuck is this, right? So now, you know, I assess the sound and I'm, you know, I'm intentionally listening to try to figure out what the fuck going on. Shout out to all my engineers, my mechanics, my repair people out here, right? Um, to see what's going on. And I said, okay, well, no, it's coming from the front of the car and it can't be the wheel, so it's more centered. So I get back, but I'm not trying to get down on the ground, you know, or whatever, because I'm not, you know, I'm fresh. You feel me? So I ain't trying to fucking, you know, do motherfucking, you know, the fucking 1 centimeter push up and fuck my shirt up. So what do I do? Hey, you get further enough back, right? You can see under the car. You know what I'm saying? Because you change the angle. So I get further enough back and I see that the damn thing is hanging down, dipping down, right? So, you know, I assessed the situation, probably made the what's name, had to call the people for roadside assistance, which they didn't roadside assist me. These motherfuckers told me, which it wasn't a big deal because I knew what it was, right? It wasn't gonna be a major mechanical, you know, malfunction or anything. But I had to drive, you know, out my way 30 minutes to the airport to swap cars out, right? Either way, that's just the example I'm giving of, assess assessing the problem, you know what I'm saying, and then ex, ex, what did I say? Accepting, right? Yeah, accepting. Assessing, then accepting, right? I really didn't want to fucking go that way, that them 30 minutes out of the way, but I accepted I can't fucking tolerate driving this shit and then risk driving it and then them blaming me, you know what I'm saying, for something with the thing. So I had to assess the problem, accept it, and swap the fucking cars out, right? But either way, when it comes to fixing the problem, bro, those are the first two steps. And then of course there's going to be extensive and intensive work to make the necessary changes that need to be made, right? But the person can only change if they want to change. And the denial, just the blatant lie and denial that, you know, pretty much black women did not. Oh, let me say this too. Let me say this. Oh, well, black women ain't the only people on welfare. Black people, I don't give a fuck about other people. You know what white people don't do? Well, black people do it. You know what Spanish people don't do? You do well. I'm sorry, not Spanish. Latino and Hispanic people do. Black people do it. You know what Asian people don't do? Black people do it. They don't. So why the fuck are we? That is immediately the dismissive statement or excuse as to why it's okay for us to do some fucked up shit. Okay. We never compare ourselves to the good shit, you know, the making money, the saving, the whatever, unless, you know, black women trying to shit on niggas and then, oh, you're not making much money as the white man. You're not doing as good as the white man doing. That's the only time the black man's compared to anything good. Everything else is just motherfucking, oh, they fucking up, so it's okay for us to fuck up too. Right? That's what it is. Sorry, everybody coming in the building, man. Make sure you hit that like button, hit the like button, hit the like button as I come in. Right? So you understand this shit, man. It's just like, you know, but I talk about black people and I'm focused on black people because clearly I'm a black person. Right? I don't give a damn what the Mexicans got going on. I don't give a fuck what the white folks got going on. I don't give a damn what the Asians, the Indians, red dot or feather. I'm not worried about them. I'm worried about us. Okay? So don't come to me with this bullshit about, oh, you want it. No, I don't. I'm not concerned with that. Okay? But it goes to show you that when this was available to all people, all right. You go see some examples in here early, but then too, even back then, and I never even knew about this. There's going to be a prominent black leader to say something about this, right? Shout out to my man Artifact for the folk. Appreciate you, bro. So I'm playing my music because they gave me an appeal. I just got to appeal that shit. Yeah, a prominent black leader of the time had an opinion of it too, and pretty much a warning. And I always harken back to Dave Chappelle's thing he said in his comedy special. Son, you're not poor, because poor is a mindset. You just broke. Poor truly is a mindset, man. All right. And for black people specifically, unlike any other group of people, poor is also synonymous with violence, crime. Okay. Oh man, poverty is impoverished. Listen, go compare your impoverished Asian, white, even Hispanic communities, bro, and see the difference in violent crime. See the difference. But nobody ever wants to do that because we want to always, or the white people this and I don't give a damn about the white people, man. The white people improving is not going to help me. Okay? It's not going to help black people at all. But I'm surprised, man, but everything happened for a reason in due time. Now if somebody else in the manosphere or whatever has covered this shit, shout out to them and shout them out for covering this. But I have yet to see anybody cover this shit right here, and it popped up in my feed just randomly like yesterday. So we gonna get into it, man. Fair use, of course.
I'm gonna save my dough. Get away from here. I ain't gonna come back no more.
Welfare mother. Now, what is he doing? Now, this is a poor kid. I think he was barefoot, wasn't he? No, he got shoes on. He got shoes on.
I'm gonna save.
I can't. No, I can't. I think he got shoes on. Yeah, he got shoes on.
Get away from here.
But what's he got in his hand? He got a soda in his hand, and I don't know what's in the other. I think he might have two sodas, right? This ties into the thing now where, thank God, they're getting rid of the ability of people to buy unhealthy items with government assistance. Oh, you can't tell me how to spend my. That ain't your money, motherfucker. First and foremost, let's stop right there. Stop right there. It's not your money. We giving it to you for free for doing nothing. When a person gives you something for free, they get to tell you what to do with it. If you ask me to borrow my car and I tell you, hey, man, don't be doing this, and this in my car. It's my car. You can't get fucking mad at me. Oh, man, you making rules? Yeah, nigga, I'm making rules. It's my shit. Now, if you don't want my shit, don't touch it. But it's crazy to me, the entitlement and the point we're in America where people are mad because they say, hey, man, impoverished people specifically have a much higher obesity rate and a lot of unhealthy factors. And most importantly, you're starting these children off and you're teaching them unhealthy and giving them a lifelong lifestyle of unhealthy eating habits. You're getting them addicted to sugar and cholesterol and benzolate and all these motherfucking all these chemicals and shit, man. Flaming hot Cheetos. Right? Even back then, look at what was happening. Sugar at one point in time, I don't know if it still is, they were saying that sugar was the most addictive substance on the planet. All right. And I believe that shit because I done did the keto shit before, bro. And no bullshit. I've never been addicted to drugs, but you get headaches, you irritable as fuck, your mouth get dry. Stop eating sugar. Listen, real shit, you need to do this anyway, right? You just reset your body and, you know what I'm saying, help yourself out. Bro, challenge yourself to not eat any sugar, okay, for, let's say, 3 days. Now, make it, need to be like 5, because for me, the shit really hit hard around like the 3rd day, right? So 5 days, no sugar. No natural sugars, no artificial sugars, no imitation sugar. So nothing that's sweet, nothing at all, right? Don't eat nothing sweet. Of course, some stuff you eat gonna have fucking sugars in it, but if it's clearly meant to taste sweet and so on and so forth, don't eat it, right? I promise you, by day 3, you gonna know what it's like to be a fucking fiend. You'll be mad as hell. Your mouth gonna be dry. You ain't gonna know why. Telling you, yes. Shout out to Tia. Exactly, Tia. You go through fucking sugars. Yeah, you go through sugar withdrawals, a motherfucker, man. For real. Hey, yeah. If you make it that long, oh yeah, I'm telling you, you actually get into ketosis, bro. Cut the bread and the sugar out. Hey, that's when you cooking with fucking grease. All right. Yeah, all that shit for real, right? But lo and behold, what has become the a foundation of this country now? That's why I think America is one of the fattest, if not the fucking fattest country on the planet, bro. That's another thing too. How the hell are you gonna be poor and fat? Those two things don't even go together. When they be having them pot bellies on that, what's the name, man? That's parasites. Okay, kids be skinny as hell, and then they got this big ass motherfucking. That's parasites, man. That's not because they full. That's not because they're clearly malnourished. That's parasites. Is why they damn stomach all bloated and shit. So the fact of the matter that we, you know what I'm saying, the poorest people are the fattest people says a lot. Shot at Broken Berlin. Broken Berlin, yeah, that's a, or is that Bro in Berlin? No, Broke in Berlin. Okay, yeah. That's another thing, man. Parasites and shit. I told you, man, y'all ain't taking enough shits, bro. Get your psyllium husk, whole psyllium husk. All right. Listen, that Sally Struthers was the fucking original Umar Johnson.
I ain't gonna come back no more.
Welfare mothers, and the children too, feel that they are on a dead-end street. That the way things are, there's not enough money and no way to hold up your head. And so they've begun what amounts to a welfare revolt.
You look on TV and you see that poor little kid from another nation. Oh, he looks so pitiful. I feel so sorry for him. But I can't overlook the fact that we have poor little kids in this nation.
Mrs. Everhorn is a leader of the welfare rights movement. Their principle and their overwhelming complaint is that there simply is not enough money to raise a family, and then that it's given in a self-defeating and self-perpetuating way.
Yeah, it's supposed to be that way. It's supposed to be ashamed. It's not supposed to be enough. Literally that. It's supposed to fucking shame you into or pressure you into doing better in life. That's how the shit's supposed to be. When a person's not doing enough, man, hey, you give them a little bit to help, but no, motherfucker, you're not on the level. Okay? If you're not up to par, you do not get the treatment that the people that are doing what they're supposed to be doing does. I'm sorry. It may seem inhumane and so on and so forth, but that should be your motivation. So you're able to be just like everybody else. Okay? Acceptance is a major part of human sociology, bro. All right? A major part. All right? When a person is doing something that's not acceptable, right? It's a reason you purposely fucking, you know what I'm saying, push them out to the side. No, until you get right, you can't be with us. You can't be around us. It's disruptive. Okay? It's distracting. It's dangerous. Furthermore, you can be you're a bad influence on other people. And now if we have everybody start acting like you, we no longer have a group. We no longer have a successful society, and everything becomes chaos. Oh man, listen, I don't want to hear it. The majority of people get out here, go work hard, and make a way every day. Okay. All right. And again, I'm only talking about the people that abuse the situation and they feel entitled to that. You know, if you feel like you should just be you know what I'm saying, getting the same thing as a person that's out here motherfucking working, 40, 60 hours a week, paying taxes. They got to pay for everything. They got to pay for a place to stay. They got to pay for utilities. They got to pay for food. They got to pay for transportation. They got to pay for fucking insurance. They got to pay for healthcare. They got to pay for everything. 100% paid for everything, right? Oh, let me say this, man. To all you dumb motherfuckers out here that, the military, man, y'all on welfare. Nigga, don't suck my dick from the back, but go find a dick to suck from the back, okay? There are things called benefits that come with a job. There's a recruiting station open I promise you, in your city somewhere or close to it. You can take your stupid, happy, lazy, fat, dumbass right down there and go get the same motherfucking benefits, okay? Don't try to shame people that motherfucking chose their job and the benefits that come with it to say that, you getting welfare. No, you stupid motherfucker. I'm getting the benefits that come with my job. Just like maybe your job gives you motherfucking, I don't know, free mop water or something, nigga. I don't know. They let you take the mop water you used to sweep up the lobby to your house. I get sick of y'all doing that fucking comparison, bro. It's not the same. All right. You choose your motherfucking rate. You choose your fate. You choose your career, nigga. You choose what come with it. All right. So please stop doing that shit. And on top of that, well, I'm paying your salary. Nigga, I'm paying my salary. I get taxed too. Dummy. Military people pay taxes. Dummy. Now it's different when you get in that motherfucking that has a duty pay bill, motherfucker. But that's not 100% your career, man. That's just for the time where you're in, an endangered area. So yeah, man. Hold on. Alfonso, how long you been in there? How long you been out, bro? How long you been out? What's the name? I was on the Truman. I did the last my last appointment on the Truman. Shout out to Alfonso. What's going on, bro?
Degrades the people who receive it.
I have children. I look at my kids' face and I think, am I going to really prove to them where it starts at? They're always screaming about delinquents. American Welfare Department makes delinquents.
There is an evil system around.
Martin Luther King believes that welfare is part of that system, damaging to black and...
Okay. Appreciate you for your service, brother. 2 out of 16. Okay. 16 I was in what's the name? Yeah, so I hit the Truman the first time. And hold on, we in 16 because we we was coming off the what's the name? That was but either way, yeah. Shout out. Now, put one in the chat if you guys ever heard this part. I've never seen this this clip of MLK be highlighted. I never seen this one be highlighted. 1 for yes, 2 for no. 1 for yes, 2 for no. I've never seen this highlight of MLK speaking against the welfare system. Put a 1 if you've seen it, or 2 if you haven't seen it.
Quite alike.
Will not get right until this evil system is removed, because as I have listened and as I've looked and as I've lived in the ghetto, I've seen what this evil system has done to my brothers and my sisters. I've seen how it has left little children with clouds of inferiority formed in their little mental sky. I've seen how this evil system has transformed nice, decent young women into prostitutes. I've seen how this system has transformed...
Let's see. Now, again, we talk about this, and I forget who it was, but I mentioned it the last time, to where there's no way you should have 4 generations of women on government assistance. Okay? The grandma, the mama, the daughter, and the daughter is pregnant with the next generation of women, and you know what I'm saying, while she's in there. That's a problem. I remember at one point in time they was talking about like family curses and shit like that, and so on and so forth. That is that's not a curse. It's just a mindset of poverty. And shout out to Sherelle. Sherelle was talking about this, how she was saying that there were women that would go to the local rec centers or your community centers and things and so on and so forth, and they would have not seminars, but what do you call it? What's another word for like a seminar? I'm trying to think of what it was. Yeah, probably. I guess you can call it seminar. We just stick with that seminar. They would have seminars to teach the girls to how to stay on public assistance. They teach them how to game the system. That's problematic. You're teaching these women to never be nothing more than fucking birthers. Have babies and motherfucking get the motherfucking government to pay your way. What do we know what's going to happen with these kids? So she's already in poverty. And in order to stay, you know what I'm saying, in poverty and be taken care of, what does she do? She has another child. So now she has multiple children in poverty with a mother with that mindset, little to no education, absolutely no ambition, no drive to fucking be anything or, you know what I mean, do anything better in her life. What type of children is she going to raise? Now, I'm not saying, even still, let me be clear, right? Not 100% of the people born in welfare end in welfare. Not even most of the people born in welfare end in welfare, right? That's not what I'm saying. Most of us come from humble beginnings. The majority of millionaires are self-made, right? So let me be clear in saying this, but at the same time, overcoming that within itself, right, is, you know, traumatic to some point, right? Instead of focusing on being a kid and enjoying this, you got to figure out, you know what I'm saying, what the fuck you gonna do to get some food, or what you gonna do to do this and all this other shit, so on and so forth, at, you know, far too earlier ages than you should be, right? And now people are starting to come out and talk about so much how these women are out here. The mindset is fucking shit up because they won't even let their kids work. Well, no, she can't work because if she work, that's gonna fuck up my stamps. That's gonna fuck up my government assistance. They might kick me out.
Nice, decent young men into dope addicts trying to escape the ugliness of their daily life.
Maria Ortiz and her children killed.
Ortiz, the Mexicans, not the Mexicans on welfare way back in the 60s. Not the Mexicans still having respect for the men that's making them baby daddies and all this other shit, and they not coming out here and shitting on, you know, Mexican men. This right here, I really, really appreciated this part of it because, again, it shows white people, it shows Hispanic people, Latino people, and then it shows black people, right? We know the white woman has respect for the white man. We know the Hispanic woman has respect for the Hispanic man, right? The black woman, on the other hand, no. They were all in the same fucking position, right? And if and when they could, who do they choose? What do they choose? Oh, my bad. Puerto Rican. Oh yeah, Ortiz. Oh well, I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna fuck my bad. Yeah, don't cut me. I know you can't call whatever Mexicans are the niggas of the Hispanic community. Okay, I don't know why everybody don't like Mexicans, but they don't. And I never got a direct answer, but I don't know why all the other Latinos and Hispanics be beefing with the Mexicans, bro. They don't fuck with them. They just don't. I don't know why.
Juanita, Antonio, Pedro, in the New York apartment.
I told you, it's always a Pedro. That's why I always use that. That's a standard fucking Mexican name. Pedro, Juan, Alejandro. One of the three. Hey, hit or miss.
Mrs. Ortiz gets her welfare check under the Aid for Dependent Children program. It comes to about $117 every 2 weeks, about $3,000 a year. Not enough to pay the rent, feed and clothe the kids, and provide the diet that the doctor has told Mrs. Ortiz she needs. Another child is on the way, but the father of her children has deserted her. The fact that governs everything else in Mrs. Ortiz's life is money.
Hey, he ain't no nigga. Them kids too light for him to be a nigga. I'll tell you that right now. Okay? So you can't put that on the niggas. No, that's it. So remember y'all talking, the black man was abandoning his family. That nigga 5 kids deep, and he hit the Speedy Gonzalez. Andale, epa, andale. Hey. What's the same BS? Old school 504. What's the same BS? Enlighten me. What you talking about? Oh, okay.
For the lack of it, her inability to give her children the things they need. But Mrs. Ortiz is comparatively fortunate. She lives in New York, which has one of the highest welfare standards in the country. Some places, Mississippi and some other southern states in particular, keep welfare recipients at the edge of starvation. 30 cents a day for each child in some areas, 50 cents a day in others. In those last days before the welfare check arrives, the children subsist on what their mother bought 2 weeks previously, mainly cereal, sometimes potatoes. Mrs. Ortiz, with 4 children and a 5th on the way, is probably beyond the point of marriage. The men she meets rarely earn more than $80 a week. If she marries, her welfare check would most likely...
Oh shit, hey man, my bad. It's still doing the stupid thing, dog. Okay, well, it's back now. Got you. My bad. Shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to Sir Tice. Just your point alone about sugar is why stamps shouldn't be used for processed foods, sweets, pop, etc. But somehow that's denying someone F out of here. Yeah, exactly, man. Appreciate you, brother. Shout out to Bet Light for the 20 ball. Really appreciate you, brother. It's fantastic. Top of the morning to you, brother. So I guess it's highlighting it now, but it's still not popping up. It's not showing up on the thing for some reason. So I still gotta look at this shit. It's weird, but I appreciate y'all, man, for your contributions.
likely be cut off. The men cannot support her, and therefore they cannot marry her. At age 20, she may already be permanently consigned to the welfare rolls. The problems of the Ortizes are similar to those of welfare families in other cities: Los Angeles, Denver, Chicago, Detroit.
I have never received my check on time. Now, they say they put them out, but now, like yesterday, it's supposed to have been here yesterday, and it didn't arrive, and I'm waiting today for it. Now, 2 weeks ago, it was supposed to have been on a Friday, so it didn't arrive. So I waited Saturday until the mailman went by, still no check. So I called down there for emergency order, like they told me to. There is no such thing as emergency order on a weekend. So in other words, my children went without food from Friday afternoon, Saturday, Sunday, until Monday afternoon at 2 o'clock. So
Mrs. Jane Wilson is a Detroit welfare mother. The premise of the ADC program is simple: that children without visible means of support must be aided by the state. But to be eligible, a mother and her children must be without a man in the house.
Well, my husband left me in September, and then I went down to the emergency shelter, welfare shelter, and then I had to go through the welfare, fill out all these papers, drag all 5 kids on the bus, go down there, sit there and wait for 3-4 hours until they come around to you. I felt like the lowest thing on earth when I went to the welfare. I felt like
There y'all go, man. Y'all happy now? Y'all happy? The white people on welfare too. White people on welfare too. Yeah, we know that. Majority of people on welfare are white people. White people are the majority of people in the country. Okay? But what does saying that and how does that help the overrepresentation that black people have on welfare? How does saying that white people are on welfare help decrease the numbers of welfare for black people?
they were all better than me, that they could walk all over me. Which I got down on my hands and knees to them and begged them for coats and boots for these children at wintertime. I actually got down on my hands and knees, and you can ask anybody down at that office. I actually got down on my hands and knees and begged them. And you know what?
You know what you got down on them. All right, Lewinsky Sr. She telling on herself.
And when I went down there, sure, they gave me the coats and boots. Sure, after you get down on your hands and knees and you beg, that's the only way you're going to get anything from the welfare. And to this day, I have never gotten anything from the welfare for myself.
Breakfast in the home of Carol King, a Cleveland welfare mother with 9 children. On the days before the welfare check arrives, there is half an orange for each.
Yeah, man. How do we get to that point? How do we get to the point of where you're so irresponsible with having children? That's another thing we don't talk about. Okay? They need to start spay and neutering some of you niggas and bitches out here, man. This shit don't make no sense. Oh, man, I don't want to hear it, nigga. I don't care. If you po, okay, you shouldn't be having more than 4. All right? If you po, you should be having 4 or more kids. God damn it. Close that puss up until you get some money in your pocket and get on your feet. Okay? I ain't trying to hear it, man. I have no sympathy for a woman that knowingly and purposely gets pregnant and then complains about the lack of resources and support and help she's getting. Remember the thing? I don't forget when it was, but I think that was like, I don't know when it happened, but remember, who gonna help me take care of these kids? The woman was living in a hotel. She had like 8 kids, 9 kids. Somebody got to help me take care of these kids. Bitch, what? Nobody told you to let all them niggas nut in you. Now we got to figure it out. Yeah, Mr. Ray, don't want to talk about that pussy preservation, brother. They do not want to talk about that pussy preservation.
Child. Mrs. King has become involved in the welfare rights movement because she feels she doesn't get enough money to raise her family. She gets less than 80 cents a day for each of her children. The Ohio legislature approves only 3/4 of the amount that the state welfare department felt was a minimum necessity in 1959. The rise of ADC recipients in the last 6 years has been particularly dramatic among Negro families in the northern ghettos. Giving aid only when the husband is absent pushes the man out of the house.
We're gonna say that we're gonna do this again. Hold on. We gotta play this again. We gotta slow this down. This is the most important part. Oh, this never happened. The next time you see a stupid bitch say this shit, shut up, bitch. Like The Rock. We're gonna play this again so you can hear it. It was a fucking requirement by the government.
The 3/4 of the amount that the state welfare department felt was a minimum necessity in 1959.
What's the matter?
The rise of ADC recipients in the last 6 years has been particularly dramatic among Negro families in the northern ghettos. Giving aid only when the husband is absent pushes the man out of the house.
that I put closed captions on for you niggas. Giving aid only when a husband is absent pushes the man out of the house. I don't ever want to hear you bitches say, no, they didn't make them leave. They chose to leave. Now, in this case, listen, this shit right here is horrible. Both of them need to be motherfucking, I don't even know. Okay? I ain't saying kill them, but do something with them. 9 kids is crazy. Okay? But even, be it 1 kid, be it 20 kids, in order for you to get to 8, what had to happen? In order for you to get that money, that check from the fucking government, get that nigga up out of there. What nigga?
This nigga here? That nigga there.
That nigga there. Get him out of there. That nigga there, get him out of there. So can we stop this bullshit, man? Okay, it's been confirmed. It's been every time. And every time, oh, they just left. No, they didn't just leave. Yeah, somebody was saying the other day, man, how Django really a comedy, and it really is, bro. Django's a fucking comedy, bro. If you have not watched fucking, that's why I got all these Django clips, especially this one right here, man. Y'all niggas ain't no real. Y'all don't understand comedic genius, man. Okay, where is it at?
But truth is, when you snip a nigga's nuts,
And of course, all the funny moments are fucking Samuel L. Jackson.
oh, sweet Jesus, let me kill this nigga.
Bro, Django was a comedy low key, man. All right. Indeed, nigga. Who's this nigga? Who that nigga on that name? Fucking comedy, man.
His presence is an economic hardship, and a whole class of women and children are growing up in the northern ghettos knowing neither husband nor father, only dependence on welfare.
Damn, knowing neither husband nor father, but only dependence on welfare. We not both gonna get out here and work and try to figure it out. No. This 80 cents a day for 9 kids is good enough. That's what I'm gonna choose. A lot of these cases, man, again, the father was pushed out because he wasn't able to fucking make enough money in a time to where you had racist practices. And that's the craziest part too. So, particularly down south, up north still had, things of racism, right? Which has been shown over time, right? But, just not as intense as it was down south, but still it was racism that existed back in those times all around the country. Okay. So you expect a man that the white supremacist system y'all love talking about today, that was in his prime, okay, giving him a job that's going to be minimum wage, little to nothing, just enough to get by, all right, to be able to provide for a fucking family, the majority of them on his own by himself. No, you got to get your ass out here and work too. And then remember the village. It's crazy to me how black women got away from this village talk when back in that time it was definitely being used. It was always an old lady or somebody in the neighborhood that wasn't doing nothing. She can't watch the kids. You can't let her get some of the food stamp money, so she and let her, sit at the house and watch her. I don't think they had soap operas back then. They had soap operas in the 60s, but whatever she was gonna do, you know what I'm saying? At the house, if she could stand your badass kids, Your kids weren't too damn bad. They were well behaved and well mannered, which again, that shouldn't have even been. That should have been only been in the summertime because during school, you know what I'm saying? They in school, so what are we talking about? It's just so many excuses made, man, in favor of black women's choice to say, fuck these niggas, man. Hey, just give me a check. I ain't got time to be trying to figure nothing out with no man. I don't want to do that. Just give me the money and that nigga can go on by his way. That's the truth of the matter. The truth of the matter is this was an excuse for black women to not have to be under the fucking what they always talk about, the leadership. Okay. All right. Of black men. That's what it was.
Life on welfare means waiting in line for food stamps, as for everything else. After getting her welfare check each month, Mrs. King's first stop is a food stamp center in the heart of Huff, Cleveland's Negro ghetto. She pays $110 for $158 worth of food stamps, which must be spent only on food. The idea is that the state guides the spending of welfare mothers, and the women resent the implicit moral judgment that they don't have the capacity to care properly for their children.
Okay, and again, if you pick good fathers for the children, okay, and again, even back then, this wasn't the majority of black people, right? All right, there's never been a fucking case where the majority of black people were on fucking welfare, man. Let's get that straight, right? But even in that case, what, and how are you seeing in these men that you're having children by, several children by? What are we doing here? That's why I told y'all pussy preservation is and should have always been the conversation. When women started fucking having the right to say, hey, ooh, he look good, he this, he that, whatever, I'm gonna let him motherfucking nut at me and give me a baby. That's when shit started getting all fucked up. Sexual revolution shit destroyed everything, bro. Now again, I'm not trying to be no pussy motherfucking communist out here and say, hey, you should give your pussy to this. No, that's not what I'm saying. But all I'm saying is the more freedom you give women and the more they choose, it's like they always choose the wrong nigga. Sorry. And that ain't what I say. That's what they say. I'm not saying this. This is what black women saying. Black women saying they baby daddy dusty, crusty, musty. I ain't gonna argue with them.
We are bitter because we are faced with trying to raise children without money. People on welfare, if they had money enough to at least exist on, I'm not saying, because I don't have a college diploma, that I should have, $300 a week, but I'm saying that people on welfare have a right to a decent living in a rich country like America. And, like we can always, send charity overseas. And it's, for years, we've been in poverty as a country. And that I'm concerned.
Here we go. That's another thing too, man. Everybody, now listen, I'm with that. I don't believe most of the money we send outside of the country should be used for shit that got nothing to do with us. But at the same time, there's the diplomacy, there's other things, and it's a much bigger picture down the line that it's pretty much an investment to those countries, right? For usually military strategy and being able to use wherever they are for military purposes if shit pops off. Okay, that shit don't come free. You gotta pay for it. You either take it or you pay for it, right? I still don't agree with it though, because like she said, we need to take care of America first. Right? America first is just that. There's no way that fucking, that you country should have got $80 billion. And then I think how much of the money they misplaced was unspoken for within, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man.
Concerned with a country that, gets concerned with hunger in India, but it's not concerned with hunger in the United States. They talk about planning for a future. You have to first have something to plan with. You don't plan a meal, unless you got, something to eat. And you don't plan a future unless you have something to plan with. And this.
Hey, man. Hey, all right, going on, man. If you like, still, kill, hit the like button if you will. Y'all know the deal. Come on now.
Take on recording. Real more shit, man. That's why more bodies, man. Done more bodies right now, man. That real more shit, man. G up in the building, man.
Hit the like button, goddamn.
This is what, society's going to have to face. They talking about future America. And, our kids are part of that future society. And to deprive them from the time that they're, babies. Now they say, work with 16-year-olds. That's crazy. A 16-year-old, it's too late.
Growing up without enough money is hard enough, but there are other cold realities about growing up on ADC. Welfare kids usually live in neighborhoods like Cleveland's Huff. They can see the results of violence, even murder, around their own homes. And they must learn to live with it.
I hate to see these second generations of welfare coming up. And one of the things I think is more crucial to is the youth that's in the ghetto. Because most of the youth is coming up, they're ashamed to tell their buddies.
Hey man, shout out to whoever you are, whatever you are, brother. Shout out to you. Shout out to the man that created the lineup. Okay, I didn't mean to stop that. My bad. I had the wrong thing. Okay, shout out to the brother that created the lineup. Okay, because boy, this is despicable. Lord Jesus. Oh, let me see. Lord Jesus. What the hell was y'all doing? What was they doing, Lord Jesus? Thank God we ain't in them times no more.
These second generations of welfare is coming up. And one of the things I think is more crucial to is the youth that's in the ghetto. Because most of the youth is coming up, they're ashamed to tell their buddies, say, well, yeah, we on welfare, we getting ADC or food stamps and things like this here.
Everybody in my whole neighborhood was on relief. We used to run around a kid about it. Because everybody in my neighborhood was on relief, but I was ashamed to go out my neighborhood and tell somebody I was on ADC. Yeah, ashamed of.
If a child does not have adequate clothing, they don't want to go. If they can't participate and go to the football games or to the movies, they don't want to go to school. So it starts when a child is small. They recognize the fact that they don't have the things that other children have. Children realize when they're different. They know, I don't care how small you are, you know when you're different. And not only that, when you go to the public schools, many times the teachers make you know that you're different.
Welfare children don't have, I was not able to buy, white shirts for ties and things. But if a mother go out like I do, I buy my child these knit sweaters and band-on sweaters and things like that. And he wear them with his pants. But Friday, he got to wear a shirt and a tie. And I just don't have it. They have sent my child home twice, last year for not being dressed in a tie. And I mean, it made me real mad. And I called the person and told him, I said, look, my child ain't got no shirt and ties. And if you want to have one, you buy him one.
Even in school, constant and subtle discriminations are made between welfare children and other youngsters. To qualify for most free services, such as milk, a pupil must be on welfare, and thus declares himself a welfare child.
The teacher would tell everybody, the kids, about him being on welfare, and he didn't know he was on welfare.
And that's another big thing too, man. Hey, one of the biggest catalysts of people not being fucking poor was the almost poor kids that was shaming you, dog. Okay. One of the big reasons why motherfuckers get off, they're not on welfare, men specifically, like, hell no, you finna be calling me po, nigga. No, sirree. Yes, I think there is a roller in school. Okay. I don't know. This is way before my time, so I'm guessing it was acceptable, brother. I don't know.
That lunch card they give him, it's on a special lunch that he get for welfare children, and it's not enough. They don't get no kind of dessert with it or ice cream. I always have to give him more money to go with it.
They ain't gonna give but a handful of crumbs to a mother. What do you think the young teenager gonna do? Why do you think they're down here on Huff? Because when it gets dark, they have to go out here and survive.
Wage.
Again, fuck it. Listen, man, too much fun be having about motherfuckers don't need to worry about fun. Kids, I can understand. Kids are kids. Kids supposed, but too many grown folks out here smoking, drinking, partying, and carrying on, as they used to say back in the day. Okay, when you know what I'm saying? Just saying. This was the original crumping. Y'all crumping niggas y'all ain't slick. All right. Y'all crumping niggas, all y'all did was we see where y'all got it from.
And it begins again. Brenda is 19, unmarried, and she has just had a baby. She's learning to care for him on her own. She's trying to get a job to support him, and she lives with her aunt, who has 5 children of her own. Money was the reason she decided not to marry Kenneth, the father of her child.
I would have married him, while I was carrying the baby, but he had no job and couldn't support us, and he said, "Get married."
You knew that before you had sex and got pregnant, though. And I'm pretty sure, well, I don't know if they were free back then, but I know condoms existed back then. Okay. But yet again, right?
Get married, so I said, wait. I plan on marrying him next year, no sooner than next year. Have to give him time to work first. What's the sense of marrying somebody if he can't support you? That's his job to support you and the baby, not my job to support him and the baby. So after he start working, work more than he's been working, then I'll marry him. And I think he's able to take care of 2.
Many of the girls who go on welfare never graduate from high school. A girl who gets pregnant in most high schools is automatically expelled. Usually she doesn't come back. She's on her way.
That's another thing that set the foundation for, right? But they quickly changed that, and we're going to see right here. So that practice turned around quite quickly.
Way to a lifetime of dependence on welfare. The Webster School in Washington, D.C. is a high school for pregnant girls. A psychotherapy session is a weekly part of the curriculum.
I first found out that I had become pregnant, and when I found out that there was this school called Webster, I thought that
I was going to be shut out away from the other people and that I was going to be an outcast. But when I came into Webster, it seems that I had more what you would say, people on my side, more attention going towards my way. And with the help of Miss Gill, and then with the help of some of my good friends here, I seem to be making it in all.
And being here with these girls, they are closer to you. I think that all of us are closer together than girls that have not been pregnant, because they all have their opinions and they can easily say things. But we have, we're all going through the experience.
Mrs. Patricia Schiller is a clinical psychologist. She directs the conversation toward future plans and prospects.
Well, I've got a job. I'm going for an interview today. And I filed for support from the father in the court. And it should be coming through by the time I get back in school in September. For a long time, I was under the firm belief that no one really has any excuse for being on public assistance. But when my grandparents and my father found out I was pregnant, their first attitude was, we aren't going to do anything for you. And my grandmother told me from the beginning, you may not bring this baby into my house. Now, she has responsibility for me until I'm 18 years old. I talked to my social worker here at school, and I've talked to people down at child welfare. And it's being made possible right now for my baby's born in September for me to put that child in a foster home and to visit it. And they'll take care of it until after I finish the 12th grade, and I'll be 18, I'll be on my own, and then I can provide for my child in my own way. And therefore, I think that it can be a good program.
When a girl drops out before completing her high school education, she finds it difficult to get a job to take care of the baby. In many instances, this would force a girl.
Yeah, Snow Patrol, you heard what she said.
To go on public welfare. If she gets
Mrs. Fabola Gill is the school's principal.
Which is terrible, and there doesn't seem to be any way out of this for me, she is likely to have another out-of-wedlock child, and as the babies continue coming, she gets farther and farther down into her state of depression.
Now, what I told y'all, young fellas, is why we leave the single moms alone. This isn't this was the 60s. Okay? This was the 60s. It's called a pattern of behavior. They knew this back then. What makes you think it changed now? Brother, if she had one baby, nigga should have another one. Especially if you a better nigga than the first ain't shit nigga. You got something going on for yourself, because now, what are you? What are you? If our first baby daddy or our first two baby daddies or our first 5 baby daddies were ain't shit, right? And she getting the bare minimum from them or absolutely none at all because they niggas in the street. Okay? They bum ass niggas with little to no jobs. She getting motherfucking from 5 niggas, she getting maybe $100 a month for kids. And your ass come along, right? You got a good job. You got a career. You know what I'm saying? You got good credit. You ain't rich, but you clearly doing levels above the nigga she used to fucking. What you think, nigga? What you think she gonna do to you? Leave her the fuck alone, bro. Go find you a fucking woman that don't got no kids. Cause, bro, she get pregnant once, she'll get pregnant again. Listen from a man that knows. That's for you. Fuck what the hell women got going on, so on and so forth, bro. If you are a single man, okay, stay the fuck away from a single mother. A single young man at that. You an older nigga, hey, do what you want. But bro, if I say if you under the age of 30, bro, you ain't got no kids, don't be, bro, be extremely careful dealing with a woman with kids, my nigga. Extremely careful. If she see you with something going on, bro, she's gonna want to be tied to you for life. How does she do that? Having your baby, whether you want her to or not. This is why we say what we say. The lady just said this. I'm gonna run it back again so she can tell you. Y'all just hate women. Y'all just hate women. No, motherfucker. R.I.P. David Carroll. I don't hate you. I just understand you. And I'm not even blaming you for it. But I have to let the men know because they mamas never gonna tell them because they mamas is probably these same hoes. If your mama on welfare, you got none of y'all. I said this in a minute. But listen, if none of your siblings' last name match, brother, okay? That's all I'm gonna say. Your mama ain't never had no ring on her finger. All right? She never had no ring on her finger, and none of y'all's last name match. Okay? You think your mother gonna fucking tell you how much of a fucking horrible fucking hoe she is? Of course not. And it's your mama and you love her, so you can't even see it. She not gonna never tell you none of this shit. But clearly you grew up as a living testament of what a bitch will do. You just ignored it because it was your mama. And you love your brother, your sister. You love that's your hey. Y'all grew up in the same house.
And there doesn't seem to be any way out of this for me. She is likely to have another out of wedlock child. And as the babies continue coming, she gets farther and farther down into her state of depression.
Many of our young girls would like to work, and they have tried. They really have tried to support their family, but the system and everything else just tears them down, and eventually they just become satisfied with welfare. They don't try anymore because they see there's no sense of trying until this whole system is changed.
Jeanette Salters, a welfare mother, works in Head Start and receives a small supplement to her check.
People talk about the ADC mothers don't want anything. They're not going to ever get anything. This is the same feeling that they have. They have tried and they want jobs, but nobody's going to give them a job. And the first thing they holler, well, you on ADC, and you don't have any experience. And how can you have experience when you're just coming out of school? And nobody's willing to try, to give them a chance. And I'm beginning to believe, and so are most of the parents, that people want you on ADC. They like you there. They can control you on ADC. And a lot of them just feel, well, I might as well sit here and do what I can. And they do have to cheat and lie and steal and to try to beat the system and try to just survive. Not really live. Most of them are just surviving.
Welfare departments claim that they want to encourage marriage and thus get women off the welfare rolls. But the investigation of a woman's eligibility for ADC discourages the beginning of any relationship with a man and marriage.
Well, if he's someone who is sincerely interested in you, you would like perhaps to invite him to dinner. You would like to, maybe he would like to spend the day with you. And if this happens, and you have a neighbor who particularly don't care for you, then the welfare department will hear about it, and then they suppose that this man is living there, or that you are supporting him out of your funds, you're feeding him with your funds. Or if you claim you're not feeding him out of your funds, then their answer will be, then he's giving you money.
And she said, oh, you can't have a boyfriend. We don't allow that. And
So not only could the father of the children not be around, they told these bitches to motherfucking close that puss up for real. No, bitch. Die alone. Y'all mad at Kevin Samuels when the motherfucking state was telling these hoes, no, bitch. You accepting our money? Huh? We paying you? You're not finna be getting no dick round here. If we paying for your bitch, no happiness, bitch. What happiness? What dating? What they really didn't want to say is, bitch, listen, you have clearly proved you have no control over that pussy. Okay, you are a poor pussy manager. All right. So if we keep you away from the men, that's less likely that we're gonna have another fucking kid the motherfucking have to pay money for. That's really what it was. You're too generous with that pussy, baby. So we got to do something about it for you. Exactly. Put that pussy up. Put it up. Did they listen though? They ain't listen. These were the original sneak dickers. They were sneaking that meat way before the studs and the bull daggers. All right. The government said, bitch, you ain't finna be getting no dick round here. What they say? Watch this. Hey, the The government said, hey, I ain't finna be no fucking going on around here. Them hoes said, watch this. Miss Johnson, how do you keep getting pregnant? You know we have a no boyfriend policy, right? He wasn't my boyfriend. What? Golly gee willikers. Oh my God. What are you doing out here? Jesus Christ. Man, they say fuck all that, man. They fucking.
Wanted to know why. And she said, because it doesn't look right, with the kids. And so I said, I still don't see why they have anything to do with me with a boyfriend. And she said, well, you'll have to get rid of him. You have to make plans to marry him. And I told her I wasn't getting married. I wasn't ready for it. I just got out of one. And I said, now look, you're going to tell me, here I am, 37 years old at that time. And I'd have been married, got 5 kids here in the home, and had been married to this one man for 16 years. And you're going to tell me I can't have a boyfriend?
Yeah, bitch, listen, you don't need no boyfriend till them kids get grown. You got 5 kids? You said you were married. I don't know if you got divorced or whatever. So on and so forth. That's another thing too we don't talk about enough, right? Bro, I told y'all, these women don't give a fuck about these kids, man. They only concerned with their own happiness. They're concerned with their own happiness. This is why these kids end up being abused. This is why these kids end up being touched. This is why these kids end up being, because they don't give a fuck about that, man. I told y'all, listen, bro, a bitch that'll let you around her kids, dog, and she don't know, bro, that is, no, do not fuck with that bitch at all. For one, don't even, nah, man. She inviting you to her house where her kids are at, right, bro? Like the kids are there. No, bro, don't do that shit. That is a top and bottom lip only. Get the fuck up out of there.
And so she said, well, we doesn't lie to you, AD some others with boyfriend. And I couldn't understand that. So she left. When she left, well, then she come back to tell me that my case was denied. This is what happened. She come back to tell me that they had denied me, that I could not get on aid.
If a man marries you, that he should, take on the initiative of supporting your family. And, to tell a man that makes, $125, $135 a week, that he should accept me and 9 kids and support us is crazy. Because, this.
Listen, shout out to her. We gonna run this one back too. Even then, they understood, and whether it be 9 kids or 1 kid, okay? 9 kids or 1 kid, this ain't his fucking kid. This package deal shit, this is accept you as I am, being the standard, man, get the fuck out of here, bro.
Realistically, I would feel that if I married a man in this position, that, it wouldn't take but maybe 6 months. If it took that long, he would begin to resent my kids. He would hate me, he would beat me and he'd scream at the kids and start beating the kids out of frustration. And, maybe it wouldn't be because he didn't love me and the kids, but because he was, being deprived of, just having, a pair of shoes on his feet and proper food for himself,
Shout out to her, man, for being real. Now, of course, this is an extreme fucking situation, bro. 9 kids is diabolical, right? But even still, black women have the most kids. They have the most like number of kids, like highest kids with like 4+ kids. They have the highest representation, right? So you mean to tell me you 2, 3 kids in and this man's just supposed to, come in and be cool with that? And look, that's another big part of the shit we got to start. We talking about single moms here. What are we talking? At what limitation is it? We're like, nah, baby, I'm cool on that. And that's some shit, the standard that we got to set for real. Right? All right. I would say anything more than 2, hey, baby, you're through. That's me. All right. A lot of most niggas gonna be on some 1, you're done. Right? Anything more than 1, you're done. I can respect that too, but definitely 2, you got to be through. Got to be. And I'm talking like, of course, kids that are still kids that you got to be responsible for and take care of. You older, they grown. I mean, y'all both older, so our grown kids don't really count for shit, right? But if it's kids in a household that you're going to be responsible for taking care of, and we know that each kid now costs $300,000 a raise from birth to 18, okay? And clearly, as a man, you're going to be expected to provide for those children as if they were your own, regardless of the level of respect you're gonna get from them, which is always a gamble, right? I don't understand how that's just a hard concept to understand. This woman understood that shit back in the fucking 60s.
For kids that he wasn't responsible for, and this is, thinking realistically.
For kids he wasn't responsible for, and that's thinking realistically. Preach, sister. Yeah. Highest rate of kids by multiple dudes, highest rate of kids in volume. Like, what are we doing, bro? And this isn't black women bashing. This is just facts. Don't take my word for nothing I'm saying. Just go look it up. Y'all gotta stop looking at this. Oh, you hate black. No, I hate black women because I say fucking factual things. Y'all if I was to tell the lie, oh, black women are most educated, which is a lie. Oh yeah, oh Lord. Like a whole bunch of fucking seals. You quote a false stat that fucking supports, you know what I mean, the lie. Everybody's fucking happy and clapping hands. You say a real fucking stat, okay, that points out a major discrepancy. Oh, you hate black women. Man, get your stupid ass out of my face. Simp ass nigga. Now we know that the Trump administration is proposing, okay, 2 years, a 2-year limit on government assistance. Okay, Section 8, all that shit, right? I am 10,000% behind this shit. Okay, just like everybody else got to find a way, and everybody else got to figure some shit out, and everybody else got to. It's too many. The spirit of, okay, hard work and being self-sufficient has been killed in America. Okay, everybody want a fucking a handout. Everybody wants some shit for free. Listen, we got to bring this this proverb back, right? All right, give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish, you feed him for a lifetime. As long as you are out every day and you handing that motherfucker that fish, guess what he gonna do? He gonna show up with his hand out. Okay? If he a nigga, he gonna have 2 pieces of white bread and some Tabasco in the other hand. Okay? And a pot of boiling grease. You only nigga, hold on, nigga. Wait, what? How the hell you get grease and cornmeal? You po ain't no. Somebody gave it to me. Nigga. But seriously, right? As long as you give people something free, bro, they're going to take it. And they're not going to have the initiative to go out and do anything on their own. Martin Luther King told you this. This is me. I'm just some, regular nigga hating nigga that y'all, according to you a coon, or pull your you a bootstrap nigga. Yes, I am. I am indeed a bootstrap nigga. I pulled myself up pretty well. You can do it too. But you don't want to. Y'all want to sit back and wait for the government to either cut a reparations check or give you some free shit for sitting on your ass and doing nothing. I ain't waiting for that shit, bro. Not waiting.
That supports the 2-year restriction on Section 8 as well. I remember when, I'm not going to use no names, I remember this lady. I had a business, a restaurant, and I wanted to hire her daughter. She told me no, because they're gonna lower my benefits. So she told me her daughter couldn't get a job to support herself because they were going to lower her benefits.
Shout out to Shawty right here. And she got a YouTube too. I forget. I'm trying to remember where she was. She used to, I think she used to be on somebody else's podcast or whatever. But shout out to her, right? But either way, I told you, poverty is a true mindset, and these women will force that mindset on their daughters because they won't allow them to be self-sufficient. They will literally take away opportunities for them to learn to work, to learn to, you know what I mean, earn versus be given some shit because they don't want to be forced to get out here and learn and earn, right? They just want to be given shit. This is how we end up with the grandma, the mama, the daughter, and the grandbaby, right? All being in motherfucking government housing or Section 8. This is how we end up there. I'm not saying this again. This is a black woman. Clearly, that's a black woman. This ain't AI. This is a real person telling you this shit. So I'm not just making this up. Poverty is a fucking horrible mindset that we have to get away from, bro. If you fall on bad times or whatever, of course, help the poor. But again, you should not be perpetually poor. You should your poorness and poverty should not be perpetual. Especially when y'all are the most educated. All right, bro. That shit don't even go together.
That crushed me. I was like, dang, some of our people are really just lost. Like you think that you're supposed to live like that, and it's so crazy because I know what the whole plan was. The whole plan was to do this so you could be able to control the masses. You control the masses, you control where they go at any life. I get that. But it's like, dang, y'all really just out here just like, no, I'm supposed to be poor. I'm supposed to live like this. I'm supposed to live in these drug infested neighborhoods.
Again, man, that's why I can't do this shit, dog. I can't. Listen, niggas got Benzes parked outside the projects, my nigga. Niggas got, you know what I'm saying? Designer. They dressing their kids in designer to go to school in the poorest fucking parts of their neighborhood. Priorities fucked up, man. I don't know. You can move. Moving is expensive, nigga. So is motherfucking authentic Louis Vuitton and Gucci. But you got it on. This ain't the Chinaman shit. This is the real shit. So if you got that on, I don't want to hear your excuses about how expensive it is to move.
This is how life is supposed to be. And you're not even going to try. And then when somebody has something to say or something that's meant to encourage you or uplift you to think outside of the box, you want to be mad. What you mean?
Yeah, and of course, the only person that can say something like this is her. She's a black woman. She's clearly attractive or whatever. These are the only people that can say this shit. When I say it, I'm just this, this coon that can't get no pussy. Right? Black men say the same exact shit these women be saying, bro, and it's just like, and been saying for quite some time. There's no way that all these educated black women and these black women with the most businesses, right, should be allowing the sisterhood, to be in such, dire straits and poverty. Why y'all not employing other black women? If y'all so educated, which more likely would result in you having some level of, authority in hiring or just some nepotism shit. You work there, you can get somebody else on there. Why are all these black women, out of jobs and barely making it?
Mad at me for it? Cause word on the street is I think I'm better than everybody. I think I'm better than that.
Then I said this same shit. Oh, you think you ain't nobody? We all the same. No, the fuck I'm not. No, you French, because that's the only mother. Ain't no we over here. I work hard for this shit. I came from where the fuck you at. I know what that shit like. As an adult, hell no, I refuse. I fucking refuse. So you're not finna tell me I'm just like you when I did everything I did to get here, and clearly you see the distinction. That's why you're trying to bring me back down to your level. I told you, niggas are never niggas never want to let you get away from where they feel like they were at your level or more likely better than you. Niggas never want to go away from that. That's why again, we 40 years old, niggas talking about high school. Motherfuckers on their way to having grandkids and niggas talking about high school. Man, get your lame ass fuck up out of my face, bro. And no, I don't got no change, nigga. I don't have any change, sir. Back up, your breath is bad. I don't think you brushed them within the last 96 hours. This is how it smells. Black man, it is okay to see yourself as a successful black man that you are. And don't let these ain't shit, piece of shit niggas drag you down to their levels and tell you that y'all are the same. No, the fuck you're not. Now, that's not to say that every human being doesn't deserve human decency and just the general level of respect. But usually once we're having this conversation, it is a level of entitlement or a level of shame in a person's self, right? That now they want to humble you back down to where they are to make themselves feel better instead of rising to your level. Okay? Every successful person will tell you you're going to drop off, and that's why they say it's lonely at the top, because very few people are going to be willing to or even capable of matching your level, or at the very least being able to add something to you at that level as to where you can keep them around. Everybody around you, man, should be contributing something. That's why they tell you, hey, don't show up to the cookout with nothing now. Even if you got to bring the cups, It's just, it's a gesture, right, of good faith. It's a gesture of, hey, I'm going to contribute something. Now, of course, hey, you feel me? But we've gotten away from that, and we've gone to this entitlement mode, and that's a poverty mindset, man. All right. A big part of entitlement comes from fucking a poverty mindset. Hey, give it to me because you got it. No, motherfucker, you work for this shit. You crazy as hell. How many hours you put in? Huh? None? Motherfucker, I don't owe you a goddamn thing. That's a way to get cut off with me. Admit, oh, you should. No, bitch, I said nothing. I don't know you. I don't owe you a damn thing. Hey, man, come on, man. The only soda that always come through, and I don't know how they did this, is whatever the Dr. Pepper imitation is. Mr. Pibb, Dr. Thunder. I don't know how everybody got them. How many they said 23 favorite flavors? How many flavors is Dr. Pepper? All them off-brand Dr. Peppers taste the same. Goddamn, they be good as a motherfucker.
Yes, I am. I am. For sure I am. And you should be too. Am I the only person who thinks like this? So let me get some.
No, you're not the only person who thinks like this, but again, you're an attractive, darker tone, black woman, so it's okay for you to say it, love. Banned. U.S. bans the purchase of soda, candy, and other junk food items using SNAP food benefits.
Has encouraged states to think differently and creatively about how to solve the many health issues facing Americans. One way is by not allowing taxpayer-funded benefits to be used to purchase unhealthy items like soda, candy, and other junk food.
Hey, I'm all for this, man. I am all for this, 10,000%. Again, there's a direct link to poverty and obesity, which again in itself is an oxymoron. How the hell are you gonna be poor but fat as hell? Right? Well, the real food is expensive. It's more expensive. Okay. You definitely can handle less of it. Okay. Like they say, if you shop around the outside of all that, don't really go down them aisles, man, you good to go. Meat, vegetables. Because it was food, Mr. Charles. It was food. So anything that was whoa there, brother. Whoa, brother. Whoa, brother. We're not gonna disrespect the Dr. Pepper now. Jesus. And that was the thing, man. It's just food. If it can be consumed, it was covered.
This is in addition to the waivers we've already signed for Iowa, Indiana, and others. The number one purchase by SNAP recipients is sugary drinks. SNAP is a supplemental nutrition program meant to provide health food benefits to low-income families.
So you know what it's finna do to the drink, to the for your soda lovers. Price of soda is about to dip drastically. Okay, the price of soda is about to fall tremendously. I'll say you got to give it like a year and a half, but the price of soda is going to fall tremendously. Why? Because now it's not supplemented by all of this fucking guaranteed buyers that have government assistance. If you are a soda drinker, you should be loving this shit. Hey, shout out to why I can't see your name, but I know your name. Gamers. Damn, bro. I be feeling bad because it's like y'all I see your name and I wasn't name, but shout out, bro. Gamers, what's the name? What's your shit, man? You know, I know who you are, but it's not coming to me right now. But yeah, man, listen, bro. When we were kids, bro, 20-ounce sodas were like $1. A 20-ounce soda now is like $2.50. That's just ridiculous, and we see why. Yeah, canned sodas was bro. A can of soda is $1 plus now. Nah, Logan, that's not gonna affect the black women. That's gonna affect the children. So the good part of all of this is that the children are gonna be less obese. The children are gonna be less obese. Yeah, 2-liter sodas were $1, man. When I was in my, bruh, I don't even know how I did or whatever, but one day somehow I fucking discovered A&W cream soda. I was literally drinking fucking A&W cream soda, bro, by the 2-liter, bro. That shit was, but I was 18, 19, so it didn't fucking matter. And back then, well, I think they had started using high fructose corn syrup by the early 2000s, probably, right? They replaced when did they make the transition from real sugar to high fructose corn syrup? And that does make a difference. Listen, cream soda would be crazy. Yeah, man. But that's what I'm saying. A lot of these snacks, like you said, now that those things are deemed unhealthy and they don't have a guaranteed amount, you feel me? Because even then, listen, they could go to the corner store and it wasn't just a grocery store, because a lot of corner stores, convenience stores started accepting EBT. So this is going to have a major impact on the food industry in a positive way if people just, you know what I mean? Y'all think about this shit, man. Again, the political aspect of this shit is fake anyway, because most people don't know shit about politics. They just know, you know what I mean? They hate a certain individual. But yeah.
To supplement their grocery budget so they can afford the nutritious food essential to health and well-being. That is the stated purpose of the SNAP program. The law states it, and President Trump's USDA plans to deliver on it alongside our partners at HHS. So today, I'm proud to sign 6 more waivers for Florida, West Virginia, Oklahoma, Texas, Louisiana, and Colorado. This is my confirmation our department has encouraged across the country. I continue to encourage states to be laboratories of innovation, think through how you can promote healthy families and healthy communities. And because of our historic partnership, USDA and HHS, and the visionary leadership of the governors here with us today and of the states represented by the signings, we are doing something about it. These SNAP waivers are just one piece of the MAHA effort. We work so closely together to encourage voluntary commitments to remove artificial food dyes, among other things, from our food supply. And together we are crafting sensical dietary guidelines for Americans that prioritize whole, healthy, and nutritious foods. This is
Hey, shout out to RFK Jr., man. Again, they're starting to do a deep dive and examination into these vaccine requirements, the nutritional aspect of food, and the stuff that's being put into the food. Again, man, I just saw somebody talking about it yesterday. Bro, I can't describe this. I really can't. But, you know, like if you go to France, Italy, just Europe in general, and you eat the bread over there, bro, the bread is so much better. I can't even describe it. Like the bread is lighter. It has like a natural sweetness to it. But the bread over there, bro, so fucking good, right? That's a big part of once you eat real true Italian pizza and you have real like Italian pizza dough, the real fresh tomato sauce, not like super duper processed, very, very simple, right? Bro, it changes. I'm telling you, dog. All right. I'm just telling you, if you got a place that's does traditional bread and they're like a European based thing, France, Italy, whatever, bro, just go try that bread and see the difference. You'll instantly, your taste buds can taste the difference, man. You feel me? All right. Yeah, they don't shout out to there we go. The flour they use is not all this processed shit. Bro, the super processed food, bro, is what's making us fat. Your body is supposed to work. Okay. Quick science lesson, right? So your body is constantly burning calories. Digestive fucking shit starts in your mouth, right? Chew your food, swallow your food goes to your stomach, and then your food goes to your intestines. The nutrients aren't absorbed from your stomach. A lot of people think that way, okay? Your stomach is just a way to break the food down. That's why you have stomach acid, to break the motherfucking food down to where it goes into your intestines, and your intestines then sends the nutrients out through the body, okay? The problem is most people's intestines are clogged up full of shit, literally, right? Because you have fingers they call it's like villi. I think it's like villi or something. But anyway, within your intestines, you have these fingers and stuff that move the food and stuff along, right? All right. But then you got shit like gluten, you got super high processed fucking sugars, anything that's white, pretty much they take all of the nutrients and shit out of it, right? And the fiber out. Your body is supposed to constantly be getting rid of and processing the fucking shit that's in your body, right? And it's supposed to have to work to do that shit, but it gets gummed up because all of this shit is processed, and it's instead of it being fibery and rough to clear everything out and get it up out of there, right? The shit becomes gel, and then it not kills, but it pretty much freezes and locks the fucking shit inside your intestines in place so it doesn't move it properly. So now your body is sitting with rotting food inside of it, right? And it's not actually processing and getting the nutrients out. And then when you get new food in, it can't even get past the old food that's impacted along the walls of the intestines, right? So that's why water is extremely important. Again, water is a flusher. Water doesn't really hydrate you. Water flushes your system. You have to have water with potassium, and I want to say some magnesium or water, but I know for sure it's potassium. Y'all add in the shit that I'm missing, right? That actually hydrates you. Okay, that's why we combine salt and sugar and whatever, and so on and so forth, electrolytes. That's what fucking hydrates you. Just plain water just flushes your system. Okay, all right. That's why I told y'all. I be joking, but seriously, bro, you need to be taking at least 8 shit, more likely more shits per day. All right. I think it's like ideally after you eat a meal, you should be getting rid of that meal within a few hours later, right? But a lot of motherfuckers be around here, you ain't shit in a week. Hey, you better take your ass to the hospital, okay? If it's done been 2 days, bro, and it had nothing pass through you, you done ate hella this, you eating all kinds of burgers and pizza and bread and rice and mostly carbs. There's another thing too, man. Watch your carbs, dog. All right. Even the what's name carbs here is not the wheat, right? You know what I'm saying? It's not really good or whatever. I think they got this bread with the white dude on it with the thumbs up or whatever. I'm trying to think of what it is. It got like that's really good bread for like fiber and shit. But yeah, man, you got to be careful. You know what I mean? You got to improve your diet. But yeah, man, most people don't have a proper diet here. That's why we're fatter. You go overseas, bro, everything, even the soda, I can taste the difference, bro. I forget what the flavor is now. But you know, you got Schweppes, right? Schweppes is what make ginger ale, right? They had this flavor of Schweppes over there, bro. Nigga, it was like angel tears. That shit was so good. And it's not syrupy. So the high fructose corn syrup even changes the consistency of like soda over here, right? Versus natural sugar, right? And us older people, right, us unks and aunties, we remember when it was like, you know what I'm saying? When it was real sugar being used in sodas versus high fructose corn syrup. High fructose corn syrup is illegal pretty much everywhere else in the world other than here. So we're letting and allowing industrialism and greedy corporations that make the same fucking soda. Listen, Coca-Cola makes all of the same fucking sodas here in Europe, in Japan, and whatever. Only here, they allow them to skip steps and make it as cheap as possible at the expense of the health of the consumer. That shit is banned over in Europe, bro. You can't even have high fructose corn syrup over there. Right? So the shit that RFK is doing is extremely, extremely important because he's trying to reel back in these bulk fucking politicians and these things that the FDA allows these corporations to get away with, again, at the expense of the citizens, but most importantly, the children. She just told you this. I didn't even know this. The majority of sugary drinks bought, or the first thing they buy is sugary drinks. Okay, on EBT and SNAP. That's all, not just black. That's white, Hispanic, whoever's getting EBT. The main thing she said bought was sugary drinks, soda, pop, drink, whatever you call it, where you from. That's another thing too. Coke. Now I remember this. I forget what was it. I think it was from Cleveland. I'm pretty sure it was like Cleveland or some shit. And I forget it was a pop. Yeah, a pop. I was like, a pop. What the hell is a pop? No motherfucking. What is a pop? No damn pop. I was young too, so I was like, pop. He mean a drink, baby. A drink. Oh, a drink. Okay. See, for us in the South, it was a drink. Let me get one of them drinks. All right. Where you from where everything is fucking what? Listen, hey man, hey. DJ Power, this is a brother right here, knows ball. Listen, if you are a big soda person, one of the best ways to get yourself off of that is soda water. I love soda water. Everybody's, that's weird. No, motherfucker, it's the same water you drinking, it's just carbonated. It literally gives you the feel, you know what I'm saying, of drinking a soda, and it's like that's really the thing, the sensation of the carbonation, right? Yeah, man, I fucks with it though. Yeah, okay. See, that's that Cleveland. I thought so. See, exactly. I thought that's what. Yeah, Cleveland. That's where my people was from. Yeah, see, soda. Yeah, we don't say soda either. Or soda, no, it's a drink. Let me get one of them drinks. But here we go. Exactly. Like what the fuck is it? Huh? What? Pop. What the fuck is a pop, nigga? Can y'all see it? Hold on, let me see. Y'all see what it says? Putting myself in the corner for becoming an 8th baby mama. Is this funny? And hold on, what are you doing? Hold on, wait. Hold on. We gotta turn. Whoa. Look, this is 2 and 1. I didn't even recognize that. What's that right there? What's this? Nigga, that is the Project motherfucking elixir right there, nigga. These are made. Listen, they finna go out of business. They finna go out of business. No, that's not not no soda, brother. Not no soda. Specifically, what's the name of it though? We call them jugs. A hug or a jug. Yeah, see, a hug or a jug, depending on where you're from. A hug. A jug. Yeah. They in trouble. Oh, that's what y'all call quarter waters in what's the name? That what y'all call quarter waters? Okay, so that's for New York people, it's quarter waters. For us, it was like a jug. 99% sugar, brother. I believe this shit is like 99% high fructose corn syrup in a drop of water. No, brother. Capri Sun is actually, I think, even Capri Sun 100% juice, I don't think. Juicy Juice is 100% juice, but not Capri Sun. But Capri Sun ain't got shit on this. Okay? These motherfuckers in trouble. Okay? These motherfuckers are in trouble. You know I ain't lie. A hug, a jug, quarter water. Listen, that shit is pure motherfucking high fructose corn syrup and an eye drop of water. I'm telling you. Only people drinking this shit is kids. Only people even drinking this shit is kids. I don't even think you can't even buy these individually. They still come like what, a 64 pack or some shit. Even the way it's sold is like whatever. Yo, chill, brother. If you are, brother, hold on. Let me see. Hold on. Yo, what up? Oh, whoa. Hold on there, brother. Hold on there, good brother. Make sure you're a real person. Hey, hold a peace sign up for me, brother. 2 fingers. Okay, cool. All right, cool. What's up,
What
bro?
up, man?
I can't complain.
I heard you talking about the food. I just wanted to comment on a few things because I lived overseas last year and I noticed some differences between like America and Europe. So I do a lot of training and I noticed like when I moved back to the States and I started eating American food, my energy was like I had to really find organic to kind of get my flow back. And one of the things they do over there, like I didn't see a lot of like Costco's where you would like buy in bulk to have like months worth of food where things could go bad. Like they shop every couple of days over there, like to make their meals and do things like that. So I saw some stark differences like in how they live culturally and how they eat and things like that.
Yeah, for sure, bro. What kind of training?
MMA and wrestling specifically.
For sure, bro. Okay, fighter, man. So yeah, so that specifically, the sluggishness, man, for sure. And like you said, that the way your body, your food is meant to be fuel, right? A lot of people don't understand that though. And with you, you know what I mean, you that's the most important thing. What you put into your body, literally for you, you know, pays the bills and things, right? So that's what people don't understand, bro. When you have even the meat and stuff over here, over there, they feed their most of the livestock and shit grass, not corn, no steroids. All this shit is illegal, dog. You know what I mean? And these are places that have, you know, populations way more than ours in some case, right? But still, they don't allow this shit. But see, in America, bro, a motherfucker, I think they say a chicken is from what's the name to adulthood now is like maybe 2 weeks or something because of all the shit they add to them. You know what I'm saying? So, and I remember seeing the change in it. Like I remember specifically, you know, back in the day when the size of the chicken start changing and people were commenting, because I'm like, damn, why this chicken so big? How it get so big? Because the industrialization start coming in, and they were allowed to put all these hormones and steroids into the food. And now, you know, girls periods start coming on earlier. You had more body fat content, all these different things. But like you say, we never take the serious things serious. So now we're here.
Yeah. Another thing I noticed too, I wasn't really worried about drinking water over there, like from the tap. Like I felt like it was fine, and I felt like I could drink tap water and like not feel like I was getting like all this other stuff, because like specifically I could tell you Germany and Austria are much cleaner countries. Just the way they do everything. Like I just felt like like I said, my energy was way different training over there. And then I came back here and it was like, ooh, I had to like specifically look, you know what I mean, to kind of get the right fruits, vegetables, and things like that. It was very apparent, man. So I saw you talking about the food because I watch you and I was like, oh man, he got a panel today. Let me jump up, and this is something I'm really, really interested in, the diet part, because the diet
for sure, brother.
And
yeah, for sure, man, and greatly appreciate it, man, because we definitely need to, black people as a whole, but black men especially, right? Hey, man, you are what you eat, as they say. That shit ain't just an adage. That's real shit, right? So if you putting a lot of junk into your body, you're never gonna outwork a bad diet, right? So putting all this stuff and eating all this processed stuff, and not eating real food and getting as close to it, like I said, organic is a little bit expensive, and then we have to look into what organic really is, because organic could mean, hey, they still cooped up in a coop or in a thing and so on and so forth, and then they feed them grass or whatever. But then you got free range and all these different things and so on and so forth. So it's some just a little bit of more work you got to do to see what's really there. But I don't think you had the advantage, right, of being somewhere else so you can feel the difference. Most people have never felt the difference because they've only had one thing, right? But like I said, and when you travel, now you know. Because like I said, and that's not even just Europe, that's South America too.
Oh yeah.
The meat tastes different. It's flavorful, but like I said, it is hard to describe because it's like, it's like taste buds and shit. You just really focus on this shit tastes good part. But at the same time, like you say, the consistency of it and the way it's prepared, and then even down there, that's another reason too. I know we were real bad with this in the South, right? The food is not heavily salted, right? It's not super duper seasoned with powders and shit. They use actual vegetables, use actual herbs and things. That's why we say people don't season their food. No, they season their food. They just don't season it with fucking, processed versions of the natural seasonings. So yeah, man. That's another big part. And that's another, hey, shout out to the passport, bro. That's another reason why I gotta travel, bro. To see the difference in what the only world because food around the world, man, is fucking amazing. It's great. And it's Chinese food here ain't real fucking Chinese food. That's just Americanized shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was in where did we go? Not China, but right outside it. What's the fucking place where Singapore? We was in Singapore, man. Some of the fucking best food I ever had. Asian cuisine, really, really good. Like I said, super duper fresh. You go over in I was in London, and they have the actual shops where they got the chickens and the things hanging in the window and stuff. yeah, man. So yeah, definitely, bro. I think that's a major focus, and this is going to help that as to where the children get a start of now, because the parents are forced to, you know what I'm saying, start them off in a much better way than hot Cheetos and jugs and all this, you know, this BS, to where they got to eat natural food and shit. And I think that's going to help the generations to come versus what we've been for the last 2 or 3.
Well, I think it's the big thing is the attitude change. So I've tried several diets just because I'm one, I like experimenting, especially on myself. So I've done a vegan diet, I've done a pescatarian diet, and I've done all these things to kind of see how it affects my body for like a couple weeks at a time, months or whatever. And you'd be amazed, or maybe you wouldn't, the amount of times of, oh man, I ain't eating that. Like, people will make fun of you for what you eat when you try to educate them on, hey man, this ain't bad for you, you want to try this. I don't think most people in the Black community are open to trying new things to kind of see what's healthy for them. They, you know, it's kind of like we like what we like, even to our detriment, and even just to promote it in a certain way. Like, look how many people would choose hot Cheetos and a soda over like a healthy, like eggs and asparagus breakfast. I mean, just for an example. So I think the attitude change is gonna, that's just a must for the health side. You know what I mean?
No, for sure, brother. And like you said, that is like, niggas shame you for anything, bro. You feel me? Like, and it's the healthy shit, not the bad shit. Somehow, some way, niggas still out here eating shitlins. Okay, I don't know how, I don't know why. And I said shitlins on purpose. Okay, I don't know how or why you would be eating that by choice in 2025. But hey, every Thanksgiving, every Christmas, you know, niggas is getting that big ass frozen jug. Ugh, right? But no, even at that point, right? Even your snacks. Like, look, bro, they're healthy versions of snacks and things to help you carry over. Almonds, you know, fresh nuts and stuff like that. For me, bro, I haven't been a big candy person, or what's the name. I've really been on it. And you're getting older. As you get older, you have to monitor that stuff, because you know what I'm saying, you don't have the leeway you got. You don't have the metabolism you had 20 years ago. So my biggest sin, bro, Oreos and Reese's Cup, right? I had them shits maybe, I'll say, around my birthday and stuff for sure, and then like holiday, you know, Christmas and Thanksgiving. Outside of that, I'm staying away from candy and pineapples. I'm fucking pineapples up. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
And then, you know what I mean? Pineapple, that's really my fruit of choice. Every now and again, I might have apples and stuff like that. But even understand, like you say, the nutrients and stuff. Apples may have pectin in them, and that helps you with your digestion and all the different things. And then you have the nutrients, the natural sugars. Honey is like Manuka honey specifically. Like you said, taking that, the nutrients, and it's helping you with allergies, a lot of different things, and so on and so forth. You literally can heal your body with food, right? Shout out to Dr. Sebi, RIP, right? There's a lot of, and if you go back and you have a connection to, I'll say a couple of generations before everything got industrialized, your grandparents and great grandparents could tell you, oh, that boy just need to eat some of this, right?
Yep.
And you know, and fix everything, because they had that knowledge. But on purposely, all that knowledge has been, you know, replaced with something quick, something fast, something fatty, something sugary, something salty. So now you don't want the shit that's gonna actually help you, because you know what I mean.
Oh, for sure, man.
Hey, fantastic. I was with you until you said England, because England, their food is at least a lot to be desired, if you know yourself.
Oh no, well, yeah, no, they ain't got no, they have no flavor whatsoever. But
Yeah,
it's
no,
the food
the white ones, the white European food. The Indians and the Africans, they know how to season their food well. You just gotta go. Same thing in the Netherlands, like in Amsterdam. Like, you go to some place and it kind of, the food low key bland. You gotta go to like the Asian spots, like they got the Himalayan restaurants over there, and you gotta go to like the Indian and the African spots. But no, you're absolutely right. And another thing too, all of those fruits, particularly apples, they have fiber in them. You know what I mean? There's another thing too. When you leave the country, I believe there's a hospital in Turkey where you can go and get your blood work. They'll do your whole health vital checkup for like a fraction of the cost it would cost in America. So that's definitely something that you can do. I'm gonna be honest with you. When first time I went to the Netherlands, like like I was in the airport and I just had, I just had a little Burger King, and even the ketchup tastes different. Like it tastes like how when you have the tomato sauce in the can, but you didn't put no salt and no seasoning in it, so
and no sugar.
Yeah, so it tastes really bland. So I'm like, oh snap! It doesn't even have like that salty sweetness to it. It's like just plain, right? And that's how it is in a lot of countries. Like you can't even half of the stuff that we have here is banned over there. So when you have like sugary stuff, cereal stuff like that, it's gonna have a bland taste. And you kind of realize like, damn, they really just there's a saying like the worst drug in the world is not cocaine or even weed, it's really sugar, So that's another thing too. I have a sweet tooth and I have cravings as well. So I'll like eat healthy for like clean for like 2 or 3 days, and then I want to binge on something. And I'm probably but instead of a crackhead, a sugar head is almost similar to that. You get that cravings, and you gotta really. America's not really made for you to eat healthy and live a long, like happy life. I live in New York, so you have to walk a lot, but I can't even imagine like other places where on top of having a bad diet, you live a sedentary lifestyle. So, I'd probably be even super obese. Now, say I gotta shed a little few pounds here and there, but if I lived down south, I can't even fathom like how bad it would be. Because you're always driving all the time, you're not getting any kind of workout. By the time you come home, you don't want to go back outside. And then you eating, a lot of slave food, unfortunately, which I love. Don't get me twisted.
Chill out. See,
I love. No, trust me, I love it. Hey, check this out too. Me and my uncle get into it because I'm Jamaican. I love the jerk pork, yo, and I can't stop eating pork. It's so hard to get off of the pork, man, and the ribs too. So yeah, but it's about discipline, though.
For sure. I'm a fan of intermittent fasting too. That was one thing that kind of helped me right my ship when I came back, because I was like, I didn't do it as much when I was in Europe because, like I said, I felt energized to have a good breakfast and then go do a practice or a workout. But when I came back, I'm like, I got to switch something up. So I like to have my first meal around like 2 o'clock, and then I'll do a workout on an empty stomach because it's something light, not anything too strenuous. But as long as I'm drinking water, I found that I can get my calories later and try and eat my first clean meal a little bit later in the day after having like a real solid workout.
Yeah, man, most definitely, bro. That and OMAD, 1 meal a day, that too. Listen, man.
That's what I was doing.
Yeah. So he's talking about the whole thing, either 1 meal a day or intermittent fasting, where you get a window, right? Usually that window, I think they say somewhere between 4 to 6 hours or whatnot, what have you. You try to get as much of your calories as you possibly can, and most importantly, brothers. Okay. Shout out to Morpheus. All right. Bro, protein is fucking paramount. You got to get your protein in, dog. As a man, you have to get your protein in. Most of it should come from your meats, your fish, your chicken, right? And try to keep away from that swine. But if you got to do the swine, right? But still, actual protein sources or whatnot, what have you, and then you supplement the rest with if you can or have to, like protein powders and stuff like that. Okay, you're supposed to be getting 1 gram per body weight, what you want to be, so on and so forth, right? And that's to keep your muscle mass up. And again, protein is something that the body has to work hard to break down, right? So that also helps you with your calorie burning, because it takes your body a lot more to burn protein versus everything else, right? Intermittent fasting, dog. I just got off of a 36-hour fast. I was trying to do a 5-day fast, but this car shit pissed me the fuck off. I got stressful. Another thing, stress causes you to binge eat, causes you to eat stuff you're not supposed to do.
Yeah.
Eating is a comfort thing, right? So that's another reason why we have to talk about, brothers. Hey, man, this shit ain't just about an easy life or whatever. Having a whole bunch of shit going on, bro, where you stressed out all the time and you mad, you angry, so on and so forth, leads to bad decisions from a health standpoint. Not just your blood pressure and stuff being high, but then the things you put into your body because you're just trying to, you want to feel good, quote unquote, right? And like we said, sugar all makes us feel good. Alcohol all makes us feel good. Alcohol is nothing but a whole bunch of empty calories, right? If you cut out alcohol, sugars, and cut back on all the processed carbs, bro, I promise you, as a man, it's nothing for you to lose
40.
Yeah, like, well, that's a little far, bro. We'll get there. But I'm saying, like, in like a week's time, 10 pounds, 10 to 15 pounds. If you cut those things out, hard body, and I'll say like 10 to 15 days, right? You'll start seeing and that mind you, that's just water weight, and it's getting rid of all the extra shit because you got all the salt and the carbs in your system. But then you work from there and start and replace it with the proper nutrients, and then you will continue to lose weight as long as you, of course, have some type of weight training program. Okay, cardio is cool, but the paramount thing should be, again, weight resistance, weightlifting, stuff like that. As a man, bro, you have to force your muscles. You have to be trying to always exert yourself in order to keep your body going the way you need it to go. Okay, the older we get, dog, shit don't get easier.
Well, speaking of that, I wanted to say shout out to Sir Tice, because I was just, before he even came up, I was just about to bring him up because I've met him before. And it wasn't until he said it on a panel, like, yeah, he's 50 years old. I'm like, what? And then he told me his secret is he drinks a gallon of Poland Spring a day. So that's what I do now. Like
a gallon of water a day. Hell, shameless self-promotion. I'm about to put a link into a fasting thing I did. Remember back in the days, Mr. Fantastic, the teapot debates?
Yeah.
Remember Teapot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Prophet of Thought. Shout out to Prophet of Thought series.
Shout out to Prophet of Thought. Salute to the brother Timothy Jones. He was spinning some bars also. Let me take this
Thank
off
you, brother.
Quick second, because y'all don't want to see me eating. Hey, fan, this is a great topic. I want to add something, and I'm not just going to be preaching anything. I want to talk about why I don't buy. How do I say this? And again, by the way, shout out to you on this debate world tour you've been going on. I don't have the patience, man. You is one battle tested ass nigga. Shit, you was doing one with this one chick, I think, last week. Oh my god,
Quisha.
Yeah, there you go, Osriel. How you?
Yo, don't she sound and look like a Martin character, man? Like,
bro, I'm not.
I was dying, dog.
Dude,
like, out of all things you can name yourself, dung.
I know, but dude, how you not pull out your hair and shit? I have no idea. And you sat up there and took it, and you stayed. You know, it's like, look, I'm speaking right now. But anyway, man, look, the brother Timothy, no disrespect, but I think you probably over 35 and shit, right?
43.
Okay, there you go. So you old enough to remember. You old enough to remember when black women, and I'm not just shitting on black women. Just hear me out. Were under 200 pounds. And if you ever saw one, you'd be like, man, now in my former hometown, I should say former, in my hometown, that's the average size of a woman. And the dudes ain't any better. They got an expression there called baller belly. And I'm like, what? Y'all glamorizing this shit? Y'all, yeah, you got a baller belly. You all in shape or whatever. And I'm like,
look pregnant, that pregnant belly. That
right, man. Yeah. But back to the point, fan. It wasn't always like this, man. Even when black people had a 45% poverty rate in the 50s and 60s, we weren't all big as a house or anything like that. And this is what happens when you rely on government crap. It's designed to keep you on it, you know? It's designed to make you an unproductive class. Yet people claim, oh, it's racist. They try to tell people what they can do with their money. Well, it ain't their money. It's our money. I have no problem with these stamps or EBT and I would like somebody to make me the case of stamps and EBT, whatever you call it, that you could use. It's not sweet goods, I want to say. What's the word? It starts with a P. Process. That should be available strictly for produce and meat and water. Now, I would bend the lines on sugar-free soda, okay? Even though many of those things that make it sugar-free, the aspartame and all that stuff, that should have you having cancer and shit. But I'll bend the line there. And cereal, even though
I'll put a tax on it, maybe.
Yeah, well, my point is that what is it going to take us to realize that it's been 45 years since we've been following? Actually, 45 years is the 80s, so I will go into the 70s. It's been 55 years since we've been trying to follow this, and you got generations upon generations of this, still collecting government benefits. It's like, come on, man. And it ain't what about when people get down? I get it. That's a temporary thing. We're talking about, as you mentioned, Fan.
Generational, yeah.
Exactly. The whole generational thing. Little girl, 22 years old. What's that mean? That means she's born in the 2000s. And she's on aid, just like her grandma, just like her mom. Come on, dog.
Right.
Yeah, man. Like you said, man, that's the whole thing here. It's a culture. Poor is a mindset, man. You know what I'm saying? Being impoverished or whatever isn't meant to be a lifelong thing. But the mothers are literally.
I got a question for you. Pardon me for interrupting you. As a military, you had said like people talk about the military is different. Ain't no brother on this panel ain't never had a time when where they could barely make rent, car insurance, right? That has happened. You know what I did? I was a beans and rice killer, man.
Oh yeah.
I knew how
peanut butter and jelly and tuna.
And potatoes and onions, and then I knew I straight up, I hate to admit it, I target women that worked at either restaurants or were waitresses and shit.
I ain't mad at it.
And but guess what? She was in the same position at the time, But this is how people did things, Now we got a whole generation literally that don't even know how to cook the basics.
Man, I used to say to my ex, like, yo, give me $50. I'm not saying her, give me, but I'm just saying, like, I didn't understand how, like, let's say I'd give her some money and it's like, oh, just buy DoorDash. I'm like, what the hell? Like, what are you doing? Like, yeah, like if you give me $50, I can last it until from Sunday to at least Friday.
Easy. You mean DoorDash with like the $25 in fees?
Yeah, but it's like, that's too expensive to go grocery shopping. I'm like, you could go grocery shopping with $50 and make it last until until Friday. Like if you start at Monday or Sunday, you buy 2 chicken breasts, buy possibly some pasta, some tomato sauce, some beans, like you said, and bread. You still up to like $30. I didn't even mention any vegetables. Like, back when chicken breasts used to be, even steak, sometimes it's funny that sometimes certain parts of the steak is cheaper, or beef is cheaper than chicken right now. But back when you used to be able to buy like chicken breasts for like $6 before it went up to like $9 or $10. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I live in New York. But you used to buy like if you buy 2 of them joints, you'll have dinner for at least 2 people. If it's just you by yourself, that's dinner for 2 days. If it or 4 days or 3 days, if it's dinner for 2, maybe about 2 days, but that's $12 right there, chicken breast. If you double that can last you for a good 3 or 4 days. That's not to mention if you buy any kind of vegetables, you can make soup, right?
Chicken breast, that's too expensive. Go chicken thighs.
That's what I'm saying. See, exactly my point. And I'm saying, how you can buy a thin slab of like steak and beef, make it with some eggs and some kind of vegetables, and boom, there you go. Like that's a little dish that, like, I used to be creative with this because it's like if you're in college, like you can't be eating out every other day. Like you go out on the weekend, have your little check.
I'll just say briefly, we literally have a generation, and I don't care if I sound self-righteous and all that stuff, I'll be that are literally raised on rallies.
You talking about checkers?
Same thing, right?
Yeah.
My bad. I had to unmic myself. Yeah, man. I'm sorry. Rallies, checkers is regional. Same thing. It's like Hardy. It's like Hardee's and
Carl's Jr.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Yeah. But nah, man. Yeah, that's the crazy part of it. You know what I mean? That's the crazy part of it. Like you said, that's even that, right? People complaining about. Go ahead.
I want to say something respectfully, brother. Rodney Rainey 21, and he was saying that bad foods come from our history and slavery. We had to eat what we eat, not all. I respectfully, brother, and again, disagree with you on that. We made something out of nothing. Okay. Yes, that is very true. But my parents, I'm sorry, my parents, I'm tripping. My great grandparents, my great grandparent was descendant of a slave. Okay. And she learned all her meals from there when she had access to better meals. In fact, I still to this day prefer my grandma's cooking, whether that's collard greens, you know, and I didn't grow up eating pork, but collard greens, all these other things. I would go into this, Mr. Fantastic. Yeah, I will. I remember I used to have to come down south when I was a kid. It was like the cousins would come down south that was up north and then vice versa, right? Every year they'd alternate. And I would see the girls down south and I'd be like, damn, how do they get these great complexions and shit like that? You know, you'll see a dark skin. I know you don't like the dark skin sisters, Mr. Fantastic, you know, but
darkness.
No, brother. This is not my first preference, but that's changed a little bit, brother. I you do the chocolate too, brother. I do the chocolate too.
My point, you see this like, damn, and the body be cold. And then you see what she eating. Everything is either from the farm, you know, they got their own chickens. You think this is some backward shit till your ass have some fresh chicken eggs. I'm literally thinking about getting a chicken coop. Nothing like fresh eggs.
Sometimes gonna be having cockfights in Miami.
Right, hell yeah. No, seriousness, man. We was cooking back there, respectfully, Rodney, you know, and we knew, I mean, hell, it's our food that is pretty much imprinted in America. Whether that's buffalo wings, we all know the story about that, about the black guy. And, you know, I'm just saying, it's not just those bad foods. Now, and by the way, most of the bad cooking habits today are from all these processed foods that people are buying.
Right.
We've all seen the shopping carts of many people on EBT, you know.
Did you see that? I don't know if Fantastic played that clip. He probably did. That big bag chick was like, the Reese is not on EBT no more.
Yeah. Oh man, she was losing it, dog.
The Reese's,
she looks so perplexed. She's like, none of this is on the EBT no more. She's behind the lady, like looking like Herman Monster.
How is these
poor Mexican lady trying to figure out what she could buy?
I was in 7-Eleven about 2 days ago. They charging $2 for these candy bars, and people still buying them.
Yeah, that's what I said. But Tice, is what I was saying, Tice. So if you supplement it with at least 30% of your wasn't guaranteed government from the funds, you can raise the fucking price. You can double the price and triple the price or whatever, because you know you're gonna get it's guaranteed.
Like Section 8.
I never thought of that.
Yeah.
Just like Section 8, Sir Tice. If you know that the government's gonna pay for it, why not? It's easy money. It's giving money.
And then the consumers just going, you know what I mean? The people that's got to pay for it, they're not even really looking at why it is. They got the money to pay it. They just pay it.
No lie. That's why I think growing up, I used to think like, damn, why is cereal so expensive? Right? Like, I don't know. Sometimes it would be crazy. It'd be like $10, $11, $12. And I'm like, damn, like I can't buy, one in a specific cereal. My mom's like, nah, that's too expensive.
Isn't the greatest con in industry? Sorry, just go on a tangent.
No, go ahead.
The greatest con in industry. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Shout out to Edward Bernays who sold that. You know, I think we used to talk this on the Tuesday show, fam. Let me take this call.
Yeah, he's talking about. Edward Bernays was the nephew of Sigmund Freud, and he was like one of the first major PR guys, and he helped mold a lot of the things and stuff that we think, bro. Again, we've uncovered so much of this shit. Milk is nothing. The dairy industry is one of the biggest lies ever told. Milk doesn't do. Cow's milk is horrible for humans. That's why so many people are.
What is milk designed for, Mr. Fantastic? What is milk's whole milk? It's designed to make a calf a 1,200-pound cow.
Yeah, I'm gonna lie. I love milk. That's another thing I gotta
get almond milk. Get oat milk.
I hate oat milk. It tastes nasty.
I'm telling you, oat milk, man. That's where it's at.
Like somebody says, but oat milk has more calories. I'm like, okay. I'm like,
some things I'm gonna probably have to work it off.
No, man. You listen. If I can get my mother, who recently passed away, unfortunately, but if I got her off of skim milk, you know, anybody else, but you gotta look at it, man. it's not like you milking your own cow either, man. The pasteurization alone should run you away from
I usually try to get the reduced or the 2%, but I hear you. I don't. If I can, I'll avoid the whole milk. But
I will concede with Bluff City Nerd. He is technically right, but I still use milk substitute. I'll admit I'm not like I love cheese. Okay.
Yeah, me. Yeah, I love dairy products though. I'm not gonna lie.
Know,
I heard a lot of black people are actually lactose intolerant. I didn't.
We are.
Yeah.
Or we become it.
Yeah. I didn't know that, which is crazy.
I remember one time when I was eating ice cream. I don't know, it's about 10 years ago, and I'm like, how come every time I eat this, my stomach started hurting?
Yeah.
And it took just too much of eating it that I realized, like, you have a very bad. It's mostly like ice creams and things like that. I can't. Do.
That's my other thing too. That's my other vice. I used to do my 10,000 steps and then go straight and buy a Haagen-Dazs ice cream.
Oh man, come on, man.
I used to do that. I used to walk 5 miles after I finished work. And
you like the old school. I know my reference is outdated. You like Public Enemy, Flavor Flav coming into our high school. Yeah, don't be doing them drugs. after the speech is over.
Nah, I definitely have a sweet tooth. That's why I gotta watch it, or else I'll look like Arsenio Hall from In Living Color. You ever seen that episode where he made him look bad, like he had thick thighs or something like that? I don't know if you guys remember that.
Yeah, that's fantastic. How did you pull that clip? Because I've been dying to see content on that, or like what?
Which one?
Like, of the old school, we were watching the beginning of.
It came across my thing. Like I said, I never seen anybody cover it, so that's what I was saying myself. It came up on the
timeline.
It came up on the suggestions.
Okay, so no, what's your candid thoughts? Like seeing it, like.
Well, no, it just verifies what the things we've been saying and stuff we've been talking about. Is one of the clear ones to where it's just explicitly said. Everything else was a possible illusion or whatever. When you have multiple people saying, "Hey, for sure, without a doubt," it was, to push the man out so the father wouldn't be there, right? I mean, it can't be refuted anymore.
Well,
so that was my thing.
Okay, so when you be going on those panels, I know great English. When you go on those panels and things, and you say these things, and you have you have proof upon proof, and they still don't believe it.
That's because Fantastic is a stat in the hat, nigga.
Oh, wait,
stat in the hat.
Is that a new term? Because that's actually pretty funny.
Yeah, that's what they called me for a little minute over there. Shout out to him. They said the stat in the hat, man. That's what they was calling me.
The white man statistics. Yeah, the same white man statistics that you all follow when it's favorable to you. Got it. Good. Somebody in your chat had said something. I want to give them credit. And damn it, I just saw it. I'm like, that's a great point. It wasn't
It'll come back to you. Yeah. I remember Angry Man was debating this big back carpet muncher chick. She's a carpet muncher chick, and she's talking about you niggas always bringing up statistics. What is it? What's the use of statistics for? I'm like, bro.
Oh my god. Yeah, Sporadic had said Torches of Freedom is propaganda to get women smoking. And that's a bar of a chat. When you hear the story and how they laid it out in the magazines that they read I think we used to be doing this, Mr. Fantastic, and like show a bunch of housewives sitting at the house with a cigarette, make it a little skinnier, and they'll believe it. And boy, did they buy it hook, line, and sinker.
Right.
Yep, indeed, man. Indeed. Let me cover this super chat. Shout out to my man True Hype in the building. Greatly appreciate your brother for the 5. The gut is considered the second brain, which is why so many people have issues because their guts are jacked up. There is another good point too. Yeah, a lot of this stuff comes from your gut, man. Mood. You know what I'm saying? The way you think, all this shit, so on and so forth. So that's a great point. And shout out to my man Donovan Wood, A1 Day 1 in the building, man. With the Cash App, said with the 5 for the salute, fam. Salute to you, brother. Great.
Speaking of which, another thing as black men, now I'm gonna be real sure with this. What we have to focus on, we have the highest rate of dying from prostate cancer, and I'm pretty sure colon cancer is up there for sure. But definitely check on your prostate. Try to get a colon cleanse at least once a year. I would say at least. I'm not too familiar with it, but definitely that. And yeah, that's a big thing because I've known black men, friends and friends of family before they weren't even 40, they were like 35 and they had it, like they were already past the first stage. So definitely for black men, we definitely got to watch out for that.
I wanted to drop two things that I do on the workout side that may help people that are getting into fitness or into it. There's two things I do. If I drink Gatorade, I'll take half of it out and I'll dilute it with water to kind of cut the sugar down to still get some of the electrolytes but not have sugar. And something you said, fantastic, cardio. I believe heavy cardio is counterproductive. I like to just either go lightweight for speed with minimal breaks, and that still will build your cardio. Over time, too much cardio just is really, really bad on your joints. Like, I don't run more than 2.5 miles at this point in my life because there's no point. If you could do that at a decent time under an emergency, you could run 5 under duress. So
so what's your take on the 10K a day thing? Because I want.
Oh my God. I mean, you're gonna have some serious ankle and knee and hip issues pretty soon. I can almost guarantee you.
Let me ask.
Walking 5 miles a day?
No,
that's about 5 miles a day.
Let me ask.
You said running? Did you say running 10K?
Oh, no, walking.
Walking. He's talking about walking.
No, I'm sorry. I thought.
Oh, my bad. No, I should. No, I didn't say walking or running. I should have been a little bit more specific.
Well, walking is fine, but the problem comes when you're doing more than like 3 miles. It's a grind on the joints. You got to put so much nutrients to get all the cartilage and everything healthy. I mean, you're gonna have the amount of food you would have to eat to run every day to keep everything healthy. I mean, like I said, it's counterproductive to run. I'd rather do sprints or little things that don't tax my body for like 20 minutes at a time just running.
I like to build on that, Timothy, as the former long distance runner. Keyword is former. Keyword 3 times, 2 ACLs and 1 torn meniscus or whatever, right? And I did 3,000 meters, ran cross country. When I knew I would get in shape, I would just do distance running. And then I started adding sprints into it. And then I tried to do sprints every day. And my body just was feeling horrible. I got into cycling. I'm landing the plane. I got into cycling. It was the best thing ever. Then I got hit by a car. It's like, I can't catch a break for nothing with this. But now I have an indoor cycle.
Nice.
And I add sprints, or I incorporate sprints into my routine. I'll give you a secret that I do because I've been doing it literally for 2 months now, and I'm like returning to myself. And that's battle ropes. If you're familiar.
Oh yeah.
And it takes less than 15 minutes to do. And I'm like, and I've never been I'm more of a plyometrics guy. But the point I'm getting at is, you are okay. As somebody who used to walk 10,000 steps and try to do it, and I would split it up throughout the day, I'm 1 part for it and I'm 1 part against it. You got to plan for it and you got to make it a part of your day. But, and I would even have a raincoat to go make sure I got into it. And my issue, I'll admit, was drinking on the weekends. It would kill a lot of my gains. And even my knees was hurting then. I do recommend this, though. We should at least minimum get 5,000, or if you get it in a supplemental way like the exercise bike, because that's how people stayed in shape back in the 70s before everybody blew up. We walked everywhere, damn near,
Yep.
And you had to walk upstairs and things like that. But yeah, running is, especially as you get older. Let me say this: when you're a kid, you could damn near jump off a 10-foot story building and be like a cat. I'm exaggerating, but whereas when you get older, man, your joints, it's like your joints are ball tires, So I do think this, though. You can actually do it with just diet. I'm proof of it. I was trying to get back because I had gained like 20 pounds. And all I did was just said, I'm only going to eat single ingredient foods, and I'm not going to eat out. If I have to eat out, I'll at least just try to get a salad option or something like that, or just something, or take off the bun. And within 2 weeks, I noticed, no white bread, nothing that would spike your blood sugar too much. And if it would, I would have the apple cider vinegar by the side that'll counter those spikes. What's like bananas? I love bananas, but them shits will spike your shit so much. It'll come down naturally, but it is kind of bad, But I do think you can be very practical about this. You don't have to, like, I don't believe in measuring calories. I just believe eat till you're satiated. And there you go. Going back to what you said, Tim and Mr. Fantastic, about one meal a day. One little hack also is I've added avocado to damn near everything, even if it's not Mexican night.
Yeah,
it's good, ain't it? It's good, boy.
It's a trans fat, right?
Right. It is. I'm about to literally, because I'm off of a fast right now, because I stopped at 8 o'clock. I'm about to make me some eggs and meat, with the side of avocado.
Yep, same here.
Hey, Sir Tice, I got one thing to add for your spin bike. Ride it standing up, and it's a core workout.
Come on, bro. I could teach a spin class now.
Okay, good. So you know about the core. You know about the core workout.
You gotta hold on. One more shout. There's a brother. I'm gonna type his name in the comment. His name is Adrian Bryan. He doesn't make any videos anymore. But if you talk about Adrian Bryan workout, he talks about if you don't got a bike, get it, or if you don't have battle ropes, get a bed sheet. And he makes a bunch of hacks and all this. I just put his name in the chat. Maybe I'll grab the link to his actual page. I did his workouts, and he's a very practical guy. He ain't in no fancy gyms and all that stuff. He's like, okay, you got a chair, and you do burpees in the chair, for example, if you can't go down fully, and you just go up and jump and just go up and jump. And he's got a bunch of before and afters, and I'm like, people need to really see this shit and realize you can do this very practically. I'm going to put the link in the chat, fan.
Nice. Yeah, I'm a big fan of that spin bike, man. It changes things, man. It's low impact on the joints, and you can really, you can get ripped doing a spin bike, man.
So Tim, let me ask you, are you so much of a nut? Are you clipped in, or you just do it with traditional?
I literally just I just do sprints on the spin bike.
Do you got? Well, maybe because I was in the cycling. I got the cycling clips where you clip.
Oh no. I just got a regular. I bought a discount bike, and I just go for the heaviest wheel possible, and I just use it for sprints.
Getting hit by a car, guys, is not fun, even if it's going 10 miles an hour.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yep. Glad you're recovering, fam.
It happened 10 years ago, but still, man. You got to be damn near one of the European countries where, they have like miles of dedicated cycling road, because even when I tried to get back on the bike, I was having, all the mental flashbacks and shit.
Yeah. Shit. Oh, wait, you got hit when you was on a bike?
Absolutely.
Oh, you did? Oh, man.
I was riding on the cycling lane, and I said, and when they say most accidents happen less than a mile from home.
Right.
Obviously it's a cycling lane. It's a sprint. I said, okay, I'm going to go all out, go. And a car in front of me said, ooh, there's a parking space. Boom, turned in. I hit the brakes, flew off the bike. I was clipped in too.
Oh, man.
I couldn't change my landing. Yeah.
Did you have a lot of road rash, or were you fortunate there?
Road rash. That's how I tore one of my ACLs. And I didn't even know until a month later, because I'm like, no, I don't feel like it. And it was like,
so you thought it was just pain from the accident, and it turned structural.
Because I had it torn before, and the rest I can't speak due to a, NDA I had to sign.
Well, that means you got paid, so that's good.
No, lawyers got paid.
You got paid after the fact.
I was able to go out to dinner.
Right. Dang. Well, I'm glad you got back on it, man.
All we have All we have is our health, gentlemen. This is why I was so adamant against taking certain jabs, if you will. Remember those conversations, Mr. Fantastic? You know, and I understand you don't have to speak about you and what you were obligated under and all that. I'm just saying, you know, the things that we can control, we need to step up because that's what we have. I mean, I've been broke before, but I've always had my health. And just keeping that keeps your confidence up, at least.
For sure. Hey, man, I appreciate you brothers for coming up, man.
Hey, thanks again. Let's send you some on Cash App.
Yeah, for sure, man. Wealth of knowledge and information, man. Make sure you guys take heed to this information, man. Don't just listen to it, bro. Employ it, use it. Now do the shit. All right, niggas out here just all right, now then put the Cheetos down, brother. All right, don't be watching my live streams eating on her flaming hot Cheetos, goddamn. All right,
yeah.
Hey, man, I appreciate y'all for coming on, man.
Yeah, I'd like to say salute, fantastic. Keep doing your thing, man. I'll be watching, laughing at you get into it with people. So if you got a pen, I'll try and jump up and chop it up.
Hey, for sure, man, brother. It's always here, man. I appreciate you, brother. Greatly appreciate you for coming up for the first time, man. Appreciate you.
All right, God bless y'all.
Yeah, you too. Hey, yeah, man. And there it goes, bro. We have to get a hold of our health. But most importantly, I think the best outcome of this EBT thing, the changes, and even the eventual, if they approve the 2 year limit for the I think it's Section 8 specifically, not all the way all government essentially, but Section 8. I think we start chipping away at this poverty mindset and being dependent upon the government for them to literally house and feed you, right? Those are things that are responsible from a parent, right? Or parents, ideally, mother and father. But when you let the government become the daddy, hey, you can't get mad when they tell your ass what you can and can't eat no more. But hey, man, y'all know the deal. Miss Fantastic 824 on all social media platforms. I greatly appreciate everybody that pulled up today, man. Thank you guys for all the likes, shares, all this great shit. And that's that on that one. We'll catch y'all on the next one. Holla, we out.